They think we're stupid.
To anyone that's been following all of this, that it is clear the government thinks that you are an idiot. They
Yes.
think you are a drooling, stupid Cro-Magnon that will just happily swallow anything they put into your mouth and not think anything more of it.
Yep.
So they don't even need to try when it comes to the cover-up of the Jeffrey Epstein case.
Bro could not have summarized the elite class more so than in that sentence right there. Hit it right on the head and put it through the board. He did with that nail.
There is now a desperate push from Trump and a lot of paid
And it's desperate because they're losing a lot of people really fast.
To convince the public that the Jeffrey Epstein thing is no big deal and that it's all now a hoax. It has now been officially labeled by Trump and people on the payroll here as a hoax. And they are legitimately laughing at
Not
you.
only that, he's calling them stupid now as well.
And actually giggling. They cannot help but have like an actual Santa Claus ho 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 belly laugh at this play here, this fucking play that John Madden's playbook wouldn't even have in it, about how they're just going to tell you that all of it's not real a week ago, and now they're telling you it is real, but it's actually like a big fake hoax from Obama.
That's literally what I said already. I literally said the same thing. I've already said that. Charlie, why you do? How about a... Fuck, no, I ain't playing that
Hillary
shit.
Clinton and the Democrats. And for some people, that's enough. He hit the big buzzword, so it must be true. So now a lot of people are running with that, like, we gotta move on from this Epstein thing. It's all fraudulent. He said so. Even though Trump literally campaigned as one of his promises to deliver this Epstein information.
And there it is. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Like, if you didn't ever plan on releasing these files, then why the hell would you go out of your way to make pretty much your entire campaign on that, on releasing these classified documents? Like, at the end of the day, it's an old scenario that Asman would say. You suck. You build 10 bridges and you suck one dick. You're not a bridge builder, you're a dick sucker. Well, you know, maybe you're just a dick sucker. And we're not the stupid ones.
The client list. Now he is calling it a hoax. Now I want to mention something up top here that I'm very curious to see how it plays out. Yesterday I covered the amendment that was put forth that got fucking smacked down at the Royal Rumble, where there was an amendment put forth that would try and force the DOJ to release the Epstein client list and all that shit. And it got voted against unanimously by the Republicans voting to block it.
Of course it did.
Democrats voted unanimously to not have it be blocked, so that way they could at least have a debate about the Epstein files and the handling of it. It didn't go to the next step. It got stopped there. And there was a lot of like citing of.
I love how they also put it with another bill that they were trying to pass for crypto. I don't even understand why they are allowing these big bills to be passed with multiple effects. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Fusion and how like, well, actually, no, that's not what the vote was for because it was attached to the Genius Act, which is a different cryptocurrency legislation. So they were voting
stupid
to not do that, and then this was slapped on top of it. So they had to vote no, or else it'd give the floor to the Democrats or something. But ultimately, the end result was the same.
Well, you know how you solve that? You just make the one fucking bill and you pass it individually. Like, holy shit, you're a fucking senator, not a rocket scientist. Like, come on, man. Do you really think the American people are that fucking retarded to fall for that stupid shit? Come on!
Got blocked. Well, today, there's a new proposal that's getting put forth that is aiming to do something similar in a different way that has support from all the Democrats and 7 Republicans as of now, but apparently even more will be co-signing it, about releasing the Jeffrey Epstein client list and that kind of shit. So I'm very curious to see how that unfolds. I'll go ahead and play you a little bit here where they interviewed.
And tomorrow. And this is to force, this is a discharge petition, right? It's going to force this bill onto the floor of the House, and then what does it say?
Yeah, and then they'll just fail it because they were never going to pass it to begin with.
So it's both the discharge petition and the bill. It's the discharge petition is to force it on the House. The way it works is Thomas Massey and I introduced it yesterday. It takes 7 legislative days before you can actually go through the discharge petition. We're likely going to be in August recess. So the reality is it probably will come up for a vote after the August recess. And the bill says to release all evidence for the Epstein file, but it makes it clear that does not include any of the victim information. It does not include any child.
I'm so curious to know what their definition of victim information is. I'm so curious to know.
Pornography. It gives the DOJ the ability to protect the victims, but to release all the other evidence and files. So here
Now, I'm not the most knowledgeable person. I'm a fucking Neanderthal when it comes to most things, but from the sound of things here, it seems like this is a step in the right direction to maybe...
Oh, I'm sure. It's always a step in the right direction with these dickheads. It's always a step in the right direction whenever it comes to spending taxpayer monies and wasting our fucking time. Why do they even have vacations? You're a fucking senator, man. Fucking terrorism, world problems, American problems, fucking hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, earthquakes. Apparently, Alaska got hit with an earthquake. That shit don't get a vacation. We don't get vacations. There's a solid majority of Americans that don't get vacations. Why the fuck do you think you deserve a vacation? Hello?
finally getting justice for the victims here of Epstein and all of his clients. Instead of...
I'm so sick of seeing these fucking senators, man. They get in an office and then they're like, oh, you know, vacation like it's fucking school, man. Get the hell out of here with that. Hell no. You are a you should be marked as a civil servant, and you should be required to show up day and night if needed to solve these problems.
Happening where the current administration is just trying to bury it and being very clear that they're not even fucking pursuing any kind of action against all of the people they have all this evidence on and not releasing any of the client list information. This seems like it's trying to force that to come forward and maybe eventually, hopefully, get those criminals thrown in jail for all of the crimes they've committed.
Yeah, exactly.
But I wanted to mention this up top because it seems like it is finally getting to a point where there is some kind of legislation being drafted.
Well, yeah, you know why? You know why? And I guarantee you it's not going to pass. I think this is the one from a couple days ago that didn't pass. It's because people are being relentless with this for obvious reasons. We want the pedos that are in the government to get fucking out of the government.
This issue more forward. Now, let's talk about how Trump continues to handle this. He is like full-blown melting down about the whole thing. And
bro is completely ignoring it, calling the Republicans that are for it losers, calling people cowards, saying that he doesn't need them. And MAGA is pretty much backfiring on him at this point. Like, it's completely falling apart because he doesn't want to release these files, probably because his name is in them. So I could see how he could probably be panicked. Like, if I was him and if I did some of the nasty shit that was in from what I've heard on the trial and stuff, I'd be sweating bullets. Especially if he was, like, at the epicenter of all this crap. Because it would completely tarnish his reputation.
At his own base now. He is attacking even his most adamant supporters over the Epstein case. He's even saying with his whole floppy chest that you are a bad person if you care about the Epstein stuff, saying that it's boring and nobody should care.
And my favorite thing is whenever he tries to deflect the question with, well, we've done all these good things, and we've done this, and we've done that, and we've passed all these things. Who cares about it? You remember that saying? Build 10 bridges and you suck one dick. You're a dick sucker, not a bridge builder. You know?
Criticizing his own base, calling out his most loyal MAGA supporters, all the enthusiasts, calling them weaklings if they care about this and how they're falling for a big scam, hook, line, and sinker into a Democrat galaxy brain chess maneuver here. And actually, like, I wasn't exaggerating, they are literally laughing about it.
It's pretty boring stuff. It's
but
it's boring.
Right there. Right here. This fucker right here. I don't even know who he is.
Only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going. But credible information, let them give it.
Yeah, laugh it up. Laugh it up. Laugh it up. We'll see who's laughing whenever this shit gets either leaked or released. Because the American people aren't going to stop.
I would say let them have it.
So there you hear it. Now, to some of you, the copium's going to set in. You're going to say, hey, he said the credible information, we can release it. We should release it, and we'll talk about that. But they also say in the same interview, we already released the credible information.
And the credible information's been given.
So if it's already been given, they're not going to give you more stuff.
CoffeeZilla recently just covered this section here beautifully. I'm just going to show you a couple of clips here from it where that guy next to Trump actually couldn't contain his laughter. He was howling like someone went over there and started tickling him because of Trump's statement here about Epstein. Calling people bad people if they care about this. Literally one of the biggest pedophiles in history. Now all of a sudden it's boring, nobody should care, and actually you're a weakling, coward, weirdo, loser, bad person if you do care. So he's trying to get people to...
And of course he's going to say that because, you know, He's gonna say whatever he can to not release these files.
Like,
I think everybody that was in those files would probably say that.
attack others who give a shit about this, which is crazy. Because imagine
If he's not in those files, he knows somebody who's in those files, and he's trying to protect them. I guarantee you. I guarantee you.
Imagine being this brain-dead fucking bumbling homunculi on Twitter that is now attacking people that are calling attention to this. When, keep in mind, Trump himself actually had a crucial component of his campaign talk about the Epstein client list and all of that information and how he was going to be so transparent and release it to the public because of how important it is.
I bet.
Not just Trump, other people in the administration as well made same promises that are now flip-flopping on it. This is pure concentrated lunacy. It is unhinged. And I cannot believe that he is just saying this. Like, not even like tiptoeing around it. He is just full-on saying it. Fucking wet spot in his goddamn diaper here, just saying it in front of the cameras multiple times now.
And laughing about it. And laughing about it, too. And it's not even the only time. He did it multiple times now. And not only that, in prior interviews, he talked about people who were on the list that, the list that doesn't exist. And if they're not actually on the list, it's a form of defamation. So you can either release the list or apologize to the people that you named that you stated were on the list.
This is an element you won't find on the periodic table, the element of surprise, because I am shocked by this and how people...
I'm not. How are you shocked by this? I figured this was going to happen from day one. There was no way in hell this orange dude was about to release those documents.
With the statement. He is saying that you are a piece of shit if you are trying to get answers about the biggest child predator of all time and all of the evil associates that are getting away with the unthinkable crimes.
You're not just a piece of shit. You're a loser. You're a fucking dimwit. You're dumb as hell. You drool into the carpet and, you're just dumb. That's pretty much what he's saying.
Anything even close to it, and he is now calling even people in his most tight-knit groups of enthusiasts that sing his praises and suck farts out of his butt all fucking day, calling them weaklings if they care about this.
The correct term is the retard echo chamber.
It's unbelievable. Oh, also, there's a little interesting tidbit of lore about the guy who was laughing next to Trump.
The guy next to Trump looking on and laughing as Trump says this is a big nothing burger. The only people who would deal in this kind of talk are fake news. That is Epstein's neighbor. That is Howard.
Holy shit. No shot, dude. What?
Nick, who has a house that was next to Epstein's place. You can see him laughing here.
Isn't that fascinating? If this was a TV show, people would criticize this for bad writing, being like too in your face.
Too obvious, man.
Legitimately, the government thinks you are a fucking imbecile. They think you are a buffoon that can't think for themselves at all, can't rationally, sensibly think about anything, so they can just piss in your face and tell you it's raining, and you'll smile about it and nod and say, thanks, you're right. I mean, and I guess they're actually kind of right here because there are so many people that are just buying into this and moving on from it.
Well, like, whenever they had released that Twitter comment, a lot of people were bamboozled by it. Of course they were.
All this intrigue over the Epstein files, but I do want to ask you to clarify something you said this morning. You said this was all a hoax. Has your attorney general told you this was a hoax? What evidence have you seen?
Not the attorney general. No, I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats.
But see, he keeps saying this, but if that's the case, then why wouldn't they have used it in the 2024 election or 2025 election? Like, why not release these files if they knew that it would hurt the Republican Party? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you say that, make that statement, and then see, like,
for 4 years, you had Christopher Wray and these characters and Comey before him. And
does he just actually think everyone in this country is Drew Barrymore from 51st States that just forgets everything after a few seconds? Goober, you literally made the promise multiple times that you would release the Epstein information and all of that shit. People around you made the same promises, and now it's just crickets and just falling in line with your delusional attempt here to convince people that it's all some kind of hoax. Nobody is buying that. Nobody that's not on payroll, that is buying that. It is absurd. If this was constructed by the Democrats, surely they would have used...
Well, my favorite thing is that they also reached out to some of the content creators and told them to chill out with some of the Epstein stuff, so that way it would kind of fall out of popularity. But there's a lot of content creators that aren't going to do that.
As a weapon against you for the last 4 fucking years that you just mentioned, they would have definitely dropped this information as a means of attacking you. Literally anybody could tell you the same thing. the immediate question that gets raised in people's heads when you keep spreading this stupid fucking lie about it being some kind of engineered hoax is, well, why are you just now saying that when you campaigned on releasing this
Your
information?
whole fucking campaign was surrounded by that, dude. I can't with that. That's so fucking retarded. That's so fucking retarded.